Modern Warfare 2. It's pretty much everywhere right now.
Yep.
Is it any good?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Does it deserve to sell for $550 million in the first 5 days?
Yeah, and 4 million copies and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So
amazing stuff.
It's more or less a game divided in two equally big parts. So let's start out with the single player.
Yeah, I'd actually say 3 different parts, but let's start out with the single player campaign. Everything when it comes to Modern Warfare, I'd say that does it deserve to sell that many copies? That's a really hard question, but I'm going to say if you do in it for only the single player game, maybe not.
Okay.
The single player is very short, just a couple of hours. It's an experience, absolutely. It's dramatic, it's intense.
It's Hollywood.
It's very much Hollywood. It's violence, military porn from start to finish. It's heavily scripted. It's like playing a movie.
In a good way?
Absolutely, in a good way. It's so heavily scripted that if you try to walk up the beaten path, you'll see the glitches, but you're not supposed to. You're supposed to ride the wave from start to finish. And it's an amazing wave, absolutely. It's pretty, it's well written for what it is. It's not Shakespeare, it's not very deep, but that stuff, it's really, really, I'd say it's good. It's not very advanced. There's no cover system, there's no stuff like that in the game that's more or less popular now. But still, it's a wild ride, absolutely.
From the time I played it, it pretty much gets the gun mechanics down, just like the first game did, and just firing your gun feels really good. And there seems to be a lot of diversity in the levels, right?
Absolutely, and the levels are really, some of them are really, really cool. Like trying to make your way through the slums in Brazil to the snow level where you have to sneak up on a base to steal some stuff and then ride away on the snow scooters that's been made such a big deal out of in the marketing, and that really works.
So why wouldn't you buy it as a single player game?
Mostly because it's so short.
Okay.
I'd wait and pick it up perhaps at a later point if it's only the single player part that you're interested in. If you're interested in the entire package, that's a whole different story that we'll get to.
So when I said that there was 2 modes to the game, single player and multiplayer, you said that there was actually a third one?
Yeah, it's kind of like in between, called Special Ops. You call it different levels, more or less, taken out from the single player campaign, made into separate levels, which you can play either on your own or co-op.
Oh, we like that.
Oh, we like that very much. Both online and split screen. Thank you, Infinity Ward. More split screen, come on, just have it in there.
Yeah.
It's... some of them are co-op only, though, that you have to play, like protect your friend from a helicopter and stuff like that. Special Ops is, at least for me, much better than the single player in the way that they're really, really fun. You collect stars, of course, depending on how well you manage to complete the level. It's open for experimentation. You're just sitting on a roof and there's wave after wave of enemy infantry, and all you have is like a sniper rifle, a machine gun, and an unmanned drone which can send out missiles. It's just hilarious. That part of the game, I would probably say that for that part of the game, even though if you don't have an internet connection, that's worth it. That's a lot of fun.
So more or less, you really also like the multiplayer. It sounds like.
Yeah. Even though 2.2 million people fragged me the first day, it's fun. It's fast. Like, you die instantly, but you also respawn instantly. Yeah. It's just all-out action. A lot of tactical thinking. The reflexes of some of the kids out there are amazing. I have no idea how they do it, but it's a lot of fun. Even I, who's not that very good at multiplayer shooters, I've had a lot of fun with it. I'm starting to get the feel of it. Actually, managed to pull. Yeah, in
the first game, it really felt like the game was fun, but it became really fun when you unlocked the weapon that somehow suited your gaming style.
Yeah. And it's the same thing here. Yeah. You play, you get XP, new weapons. Yeah, I really like it. It's going to be, of course, the first game is still very popular on Xbox Live. This is going to be there, played constantly up until Modern Warfare 3, which we can very much expect will be released at some point. But yeah, the multiplayer is probably the thing that's going to last the longest. It's the thing that most people would buy the game for, and I would recommend it. It's not very advanced. It's not like Team Fortress 2, kind of the gameplay deeper, but team play is important. It's just so much fun. I'll be going back to it over and over again.
It's might be kind of a spoiler, but it really sounds like you enjoyed Modern Warfare. All in all, it sounds like a really good experience, even though, as you say, you're not the most hardcore FPS player on the consoles.
No, it's made for the hardcore players, absolutely. But I'd say it's, in the end, when everything boils down to it, I wouldn't call this the most revolutionary game in the world, like all those kind of, calling it all kinds of good stuff. It's a really solid, good game. Infinite Ward can be criticized for some stuff, but it's really, really good. And they're good at what they do. And we're going to see more of their games in the future. And if this is anything of what they're going to do from here on, I'm satisfied. Cool. Very much.